In a new PBS documentary on feminism, Facebook's highest-ranking woman, Sheryl Sandberg, says women have a long way to go, but also do men.
My brother-in-law once said to me that he was babysitting. I was like, dude, you're not babysitting. You're the father. That's called fathering, parenting. It's not babysitting. We need to live in a world where men do half, women let them do half, and being a parent's not a full-time job for a woman and a part-time job for a man.
Facebook's chief operating officer wants to start a new movement called Lean In to empower women in the workplace. But Sandberg's ideas are bringing praise and controversy. Some of the details were revealed last week by Jodi Kantor of the New York Times. Jodi, good morning.
Good morning.
We should say this book is not yet out yet, so people haven't had the opportunity to read it. What is Sheryl Sandberg trying to do?
She talks about the fact that even though more and more women are going to graduate school, going to college, we are not even when it comes to top leadership positions. If you look at the Fortune 500, only 21 CEOs are female. So she wants to address that problem. She's telling women to lean in. If you want to understand her ideas, a very good preview is the TED Talk she gave a year or two on this, and her book will be out March 11th. She basically wants women to become more aggressive and savvier about navigating the workplace.
Well, in fact, I think the issue is that for many years this was going up like this, the trajectory, and then it is now plateaued. For 10 years it has been the same number of women in senior leadership positions. But what's the controversy that's become of this? What's the criticism she's getting?
And where's it coming from?
It started on feminist listservs. There was an article last summer that Anne-Marie Slaughter published in The Atlantic. Women have been talking more now that copies of her book are circulating. The worry about this book that I'm hearing as a reporter is Sheryl Sandberg is just an extremely fortunate woman. She went to Harvard, she worked at Google, she works at Facebook. And women are wondering, can she really relate to my life? Some women are saying, my problem is not that I need to be more ambitious, that I need to navigate the workplace differently, but that I need more support from my employer or from government. There's a great stat from Google. Google was losing a lot of women. They implemented a new policy of 5 months paid maternity leave, which is almost unheard of in the corporate world. Attrition dropped by half.
I find the criticism interesting because I'm thinking she went to Harvard, as you said, 2 degrees. She worked her way up. Don't you want to get advice from someone who has worked as hard as she has and has gotten to where she is?
I think part of the strength of the book is that she's seeing the workplace from the top. One of the things I've seen again and again with the powerful women that I have interviewed, and maybe you feel the same way, is that success can be almost a kind of radicalizing experience, right? Because when women get to the top, they can really survey the landscape and say, okay, here's how things really work. The fear, I think, is from women saying, I already feel so much pressure. I'm doing the best I can. My problem is that I can't afford childcare, or my problem is that when my child gets sick, I have nothing I can do that day in terms of getting to work. And they want Sheryl Sandberg's help with that.
To take care of their children.
Not to take care of their children, but she has said in her book that there are internal barriers and external barriers to success, and that she agrees that government and employers need to change, but she wants to talk about the internal barriers.
As you have said, Sheryl says that she always wanted to lead a social movement, and that this is more than a book, that she wants to create a movement. And some of the criticism, I'm thinking of Maureen Dowd, talks about a movement has to come from the bottom up. Rather than the top down, not so much a criticism of whatever she has earned in her life, deservedly so.
Well, so this is part of what's fascinating about the project. It's really not just a book. She wants to give women something a little bit more concrete. Just as we had feminist consciousness raising circles in the 70s, she wants to bring women together in lean-in circles, which are sort of like if you could cross a book club with business school. She actually has an online curriculum that women will be able to follow, and the idea is that women will get together in small groups to sort of trade experiences and learn some of Sandberg's secrets of success.
Can you give a specific example of leaning in? For instance, she thinks you should do what?
Well, she talks a lot about a pattern she has seen in the workplace where even women who are not married yet, let alone have kids, are already anticipating that a couple of years down the line and saying, I don't want to take on this tough assignment because if in 3 years, what if I have kids, then I won't be able to do it. She's saying, that's not your problem now. Don't worry about that now. Push ahead as far as you can now, and then we'll deal with the child care when we get to it.
All right, Jodi Kantor, thank you very much.